So let us discuss concepts on statistics. What are the measures of central tendency? An average value or a central value of a distribution is the value of variable which is representative of the entire distribution, and these representative values are called measures of central tendency. The following five are measures of central tendency: arithmetic mean, geometric mean, harmonic mean, and position averages are median and mode. For ungrouped data, this is data. For ungrouped data means individual data. This is data, right? X1, X2, so on, Xn are the n values of the variable. Then their arithmetic mean X bar is defined as sum of observations by number of observations. Sum of observations means X1 plus X2 plus so on, Xn by n is number of observations. And for grouped frequency distribution, that is variable values will be given and corresponding frequencies will be given. That is if X1, X2, X3, so on, Xn are values of variable with corresponding frequencies F1, F2, so on, Fn. Then their arithmetic mean is given by sigma Fi Xi by sigma Fi. That is, frequency should be multiplied with X values, add, and then divide with sum of all the frequencies. Step deviation method. According to step deviation method, the arithmetic mean X bar is given by this formula: A plus sigma Fi Ui by n into H, where Ui is equal to Di by H, Di means Xi minus A by H. This is known as step deviation method. Next, what are the properties of arithmetic mean? The sum of deviations of a variable from their arithmetic mean. Deviation from arithmetic mean means if X bar is arithmetic mean, X1 minus X bar, X2 minus X bar, these are known as deviations from arithmetic mean. Sum of deviation, that is sigma, Xi minus X bar will be 0. Not X1, it is Xi. Sum of squares of deviations of the variable from an arithmetic mean is minimum, that is sigma, Xi minus X bar whole square is minimum. And arithmetic mean of X1 plus lambda is X bar plus lambda times arithmetic mean of, X bar plus lambda. That is, if every observation is increased by some constant, then its arithmetic mean gets also increased by constant. If every observation is multiplied by constant, then its arithmetic mean gets also multiplied by same constant lambda. Therefore, arithmetic mean of A into Xi plus B is A into X bar plus B, where lambda A, B are constants. And arithmetic mean is independent of change of assumed mean. That is, it doesn't get affected by any change in the assumed mean. So remember, whenever every observation is added by a constant, its arithmetic mean also gets added by a constant. If every observation is multiplied by a constant, then its arithmetic mean will be multiplied by a constant. It's median. The median is nothing but the value of the middle term of the series, and the values are written in either increasing or decreasing order. That is, median divides the entire series into two equal parts. Next, what is the formula for finding median? Median depends upon the number of observations. Suppose if number of observations is odd, then median is equal to n plus 1 by 2th term. If number of terms are even, then the median is average of n by 2th and n by 2 plus 1th terms. Next, for ungrouped frequency distribution, first we have to find cumulative frequencies and then value of capital N. Capital N is sum of all the frequencies. Then if n is odd, then median is n plus 1 by 2th term. If n is even, median is average of n by 2th and n by 2 plus 1th. For grouped frequency distribution means class intervals will be given and the corresponding frequencies will be given. The formula for finding median for that is L plus n by 2 minus capital F by small f into h. where L is lower limit of median class. How to find median class? The class interval corresponding to cumulative frequency just greater than or equal to n by 2 is known as median class. L is lower limit of median class. Small f is frequency of median class. Capital F is cumulative frequency of the class preceding the median class. And H is width of the median class. Next, mode. In a frequency distribution, mode is nothing but the value of variable which occurs more number of times. That is, which has maximum frequency. Next, what is meant by range, mean deviation, variance, and standard deviation? Range is nothing but the difference between the greatest and least values of a variable. In group distribution, that is whenever class intervals are given, the range is nothing but the difference between upper limit of maximum class and lower limit of minimum class. And coefficient of range is nothing but difference of extreme values by sum of extreme values. Next, mean deviation. Mean deviation of a distribution is nothing but the mean of absolute value of deviations of a variable from their either mean or median or mode. Absolute means modulus. So what is mean deviation about? Mean sigma modulus of xi minus x bar by n. Mean deviation about median means replace x bar with median. Mean deviation about mode means replace x bar with mode. And whenever frequencies are given, sigma fi into mod of xi minus a by capital N. Next, variance and standard deviation. Variance of a distribution is nothing but the mean of squares of deviations of the variable from their mean. What does it mean? This is the meaning of that. Mean of sum of the mean of squares of the deviations from their mean. That is sigma xi minus x bar whole square by n. This is variance. Or this can also be written as sigma xi square by n minus x bar whole square. Both are one and the same. And standard deviation is nothing but a square root of positive square root of variance. So whatever the formula I gave, that is given here. These are the formula for variance and standard deviation for ungrouped distribution and for frequency distribution. Next, coefficient of standard deviation is equal to sigma by x bar, and coefficient of variation is sigma by x bar into 100. Next, when every observation is added by a constant, variance, whether you add or subtract a constant from each of given variables, variance remains same. When you multiply every observation by constant, then variance, new variance will be square of that constant into the original variance. So variance of axi plus b is nothing but a square into variance of xi. Next, what is the formula for combined variance? This is the formula for finding combined variance. N1 into sigma 1 square plus d1 square plus N2 into sigma 2 square plus d2 square by N1 plus N2, where d1 is x1 bar minus x bar, d2 is x2 bar minus x bar. X bar is combined mean. The formula for combined mean is like this: N1 into x1 bar plus N2 into x2 bar by N1 plus N2. This is the formula for finding combined mean x bar. After that, you can find d1, d2 and use this formula for combined variance, which is very important.